Hey everyone. So let's talk about how to master the NPD method planner. I am so excited that you guys are here today because this planner has really changed my life. These steps are things that I have been using for years, and I'm so very, very excited that you guys are here for it and here to learn this process and learn these steps so that you could also achieve your goals and your dreams. So, all right, so let's dive in. So, this is the first page of your planner. What you're first going to see is instructions on how to do this. So, this planner is not just a simple planner, it's literally instructions on how to strategically plan your life. All right, so the step one is define your goals. I know that sounds so simple, but it isn't. You need to be honest with yourself. If you want something really, really big in your life, you need to be honest and say it. So say you want $1 million saved in your bank account. You need to say it. If you want to lose 50 pounds, you need to say it. You need to say whatever you want. So whatever it is in the areas of business, health, finances, whatever it is, this is where you say it. Set those priorities. So I'm going to scroll down to that first page where you define your goals. So you're going to set them up. So I have written in here some ideas on how that works. So I put three things here and I separated them by section. So the first one I put is a financial goal. I want $1 million in the bank. My health goal, I want to lose 20 pounds. My business goal. So one thing that I wanted for a long time is I run a talent agency. And so when I started the agency, of course, I was everything: accountant, manager, talent agent, everything. As I moved the years in, I realized I loved running the business, but I didn't love so much being a talent agent. So I was like, how do I switch that? So I no longer want to be a talent agent, but I would love to just run my business. So that's a goal. And so you put it there. All right, so now let's go back. So once you've put down all of your goals, I provided a full page here so that you can write everything that you want down. And I'm going to provide in the resources on our community a page. I saw this video on YouTube where this girl figured out how to add pages to a planner like ours, just in case you need more space. So I'll put that resource into our community so you guys can see how to do that. But for your goals, you may not need more pages, but I did provide a full page for that. All right, so now let's go back to the next step. So step one, define your goals. Do it. Be honest. Be truthful. Say what you want. Next step two, monthly rundown. So now you're going to, this step is so important, just like setting your goals. It's just as important. So this step, you want to basically, again, be really honest with yourself with how it's going. How do you feel about it? That's how I discovered that I didn't like talent agenting, because every month I was asking myself, do you like this anymore? Are you enjoying this? What do you like about running your business? What don't you like? And what steps can we do to achieve the goals that you have for yourself in the business? And so these questions are super, super important. Like I said below here, it says be honest and detailed. This is your roadmap for improvement. And then one thing that's also important in this section is if it's going well, say it. Say you want to lose 20 pounds and you're down 10 in like a month. Say to yourself, you are doing well. You're doing everything that you need to be doing. Stay on track. There's this psychologist that my husband and I listen to that says that our human nature is to pivot and to our human nature is to constantly want to grow and constantly want to do better, which means that if everything is going well, sometimes you will break things in order to fix things. And sometimes you need to remind yourself that there's nothing here that needs to be broken. It's going well. And it almost seems hard when things are going well to remember that, because your tendency is going to be, it's something isn't right because I'm not growing. No, you are growing because you've found the exact formula to grow. And so you don't need any shifting. You just need to continue on that path. That's it. And so sometimes you need this planner has been so helpful for me because for years my company was going really, really well. And all I had to do was write on my rundown, everything is going well, Nicole. Just stay on track, just stay on track, just stay on track, reminding myself that it's going well. You have to tell yourself when it's going well. Give yourself kudos. Say, yay, 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 girl, it's going well. So in the rundown, I'm going to scroll on down so you guys can see how to do that. So here's a monthly rundown. So I pulled out my financial goal. You're going to do this for every single goal. So say my goal is I want to get $1 million in the bank. So now I'm going to start asking myself all those questions. So first I'm going to say, what's going well? Last month I started with $1,000 and I saved now $2,000. Yay, not too bad. Okay, so I saved $1,000. That's great. What's not going well? I spent more than I should have. So you're going to be really honest with yourself. Either you're going to say what's not going well, you know what? It's going really well. I did the best I could. But maybe you don't have anything to say. You have something to say about being honest. Like, so I went to Disneyland and spent $1,000. So I could have had $3,000. I will do better this month. So I'm being honest with myself that did I really need to go to Disneyland? No. And I went and whatever. Maybe you did need to go. And so that isn't it was someone's really important birthday and you had to go and whatever. Either way, you have to be honest with yourself what is outside of the lines of responsibility and what isn't. And so for this fake person, it wasn't. And so they're telling themselves, you know what, be better. Don't do the things, don't spend a lot of money where you shouldn't when you have these goals. What is your desired outcome? I really want to save. So you're going to really fine tune because maybe you've shifted. Maybe you're like, you know what, I actually want to shift this $1 million to $750,000. Or maybe you're like, you know what, I really do like this goal. I really want to save $1 million. So I need to do better with saving money. This is where you're, again, honest with yourself. And then what do I need to do to get what I want? So you could ignore these little circles for now. I'm going to show you guys why we did that in a second. So I need to overcome. So these are steps. You're going to list out the steps of things that if we look on page 1, I actually shortened the question, but the question actually is, what strategic actions or ideas can you implement to achieve your desired outcome? So you're going to list out ideas on how you can do better and get what you want. Okay, so this is where you're basically coaching yourself to achieve the goals and dreams that you have for yourself. So I labeled these as 1, 2, and 3 of things that I can do. I need to overcome my desires to go to Disneyland or do things that I don't need to do so I can achieve this goal. I love going to Disneyland, so I know it'll be hard, but I can do it. I can do it. So you're just coaching yourself. You can do it, Nicole. Number 2, set some reasonable, smaller financial goals to help me feel like I can have some success along the way. So this is really important, setting little milestones for yourself to make it easier to stay on track, because $1 million is going to be a far away goal, right? So you need to set little milestones and things along the way that will help you feel like you're achieving something. So every time that I save $1,000, I can go to dinner. But the caveat is you cannot go to dinner until you've reached that goal. So that's a little milestone achievement goal setter that you have set for yourself. Little goals along the way to achieve the big one. Spend less money at the grocery store. That's something I could do daily. I know that I'm spending too much because I don't plan meals ahead of time and I just get hungry and I go spend more than I should. So plan meals ahead of time to help me mitigate at the grocery store. Okay. So now we're going to go back to page 1, and I'm going to see the last thing. So the last thing here is we're going to circle the strategic items that resonate most with you from the list above. Okay. So what are the things on this list? Because some of the things you write on there may not be things that you could actually do. But in this case, I circled all 3 because those are all 3 things that I can actually do. Okay. But if it isn't, you're like, you know what? I wrote it down, but it's not really something I would ever do. You don't have to circle it. It's just a journal. These are just journaling, again, ideas. Again, for the rundown, you've been given 2 pages because this could get very long. You're journaling, you're talking about your feelings, you're talking about whether it's going well, not going well, all of those things. Okay. Or it could be really short. Sometimes my rundown was short because I was doing everything that I needed to do. So I'd be like, "You're doing great, Nicole, stay on track." So next step is create your to-do list. So based on your rundown, you're going to pull from this rundown, you're going to create your to-do list. Okay. So let's pop on down to your to-do list. So your rundown, sorry. So these are the items that you're going to use to create your to-do list. So first of all, you're going to look at these 3 action items and look at them and see if they're actually things that are mental to-dos or if they're physical to-dos. So I need to overcome my desires. That's to go to Disneyland. That's an internal to-do. So Nicole, you're going to do that. That's just something you're going to mentally do. It's not a to-do list item. Set some reasonable, smaller financial goals. So I'm setting goals. Again, that's a mental thing. Once I reach 1,000, I get to go to dinner. Whoop. So that doesn't need to go on my list. Spend less at the grocery store. Plan meals ahead of time. So that is a to-do list item. That's something that I actually have to do. Plan meals ahead of time so I could cook ahead and have my meals prepped and ready to go. So I'm not getting hungry and going to the grocery store last second, right? That's how we all get in trouble, spending way too much at the grocery store. So now I'm going to pull the 3rd item there into my to-do list. So let me clear some of this out just so you can see what we did. Okay. So first step here, I wrote down all of my list items. I write them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 first. I'm going to clear out some of this too, so I could show you how I did it. Okay. So first, I did a practice run. So first, I'm going to create a meal. So I'm just brain dumping. I'm not putting this in any sort of order at this point. What are the things on my to-do list? So create a meal plan for the week, go to the grocery store, cook those meals. That's how I am going to do that grocery store item. Then I'm going to put just a bunch of other things that I need to do on here. Some of these items may not actually be on your to-do list because it's just something you do every day that's in your schedule. But say this is the first time you need to do it and you need to get it in your schedule, whatever. Take my kiddo to the school in the morning. I need to work out in the morning. I need to schedule a doctor appointment. Say there's a doctor appointment that you need to schedule. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, so this is just your list of items that you need to do. Now what we're going to do, let's go up to page 1 so you could see what to do with that. Okay, so now step 4 is prioritize and schedule your tasks. So you've pulled out your to-do list from your rundown, and now you're going to prioritize and organize those. So number 1, you're going to identify first your urgent tasks. What's important? What do you need to do most? Next, you're going to assess the difficulty. So you're going to do items that are urgent first, then you're going to do the most difficult items. The reason why I prioritize difficult over easy things is because when in the morning, your brain is just more active, more acute. You're more ready to tackle the day in the morning. Your brain is going to be more functional to get stuff done. And then by the end of the day, when you're more tired, you could just get those easy stuff out of the way. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? So you're going to assess the difficulty and circle those items. So you're going to circle the urgent tasks and the difficult tasks first. And then you're going to assign next step is you're going to assign priority numbers. So those are the little numbers that I put on the left of the numbers that I deleted. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But you're going to assign a priority numbers based on the urgency first, then difficulty, and finally scheduling the easier tasks. And then you're going to step 4, schedule those tasks. You're going to input them into your schedule for the day so you can see so you can see where you're going to actually achieve all of those things. Really important thing to a tip is only assign priority numbers and tasks to tasks that you plan to complete that day. So some tasks are going to be things that you can't do until later in the week. Like say you need to schedule a doctor's appointment. In this scenario, it's urgent, but say it's not. Say you know that you have to wait a couple days before you can. So you're going to put on your to-do list, you're going to put it on there. You're going to say waiting for Tuesday, waiting for Thursday, so that you know once you get there, oh, it's Thursday, put it into my to-do list. Put it into my schedule to do. And so be realistic with what you, number one, can do for that day, and number two, the things that actually have to be done that day. Okay, so now let's do that. Let's schedule, let's start prioritizing our list. So first we're going to circle the urgent tasks. So I'm going to actually circle in this scenario, I'm going to circle the, what was I going to say? I am going to circle the doctor appointment because that's urgent. I don't know what it is in this scenario, but it's urgent. Okay. Then the next thing that I think is difficult. So I don't see anything that is also urgent, but difficult for me is going to be creating that meal plan. I don't know for you, but for me, when I'm hungry, I don't know what I want to eat. So that's difficult. So I'm going to put that as number two for my difficult. The rest of the stuff is just, to do items and pretty easy stuff. Like taking my kiddo to school is not going to be a thing. It's probably just going to be a regular thing that's in your schedule. So now the question is, let's prioritize those. So I'm going to give little numbers to them. I'm going to add 1 to my need to schedule a doctor appointment because that's really important. So I need to make sure that gets scheduled. I'm going to put 2, create a meal plan for the week. And then the rest is going to just happen for the day. I'm going to put, let's see here, grocery store, cook those meals. I'm going to put that as 3. I'm going to put that as 4. And then the other 2 don't need numbers because it's just going to happen. But I'm going to make sure that the rest do happen. So now what we're going to do is pull these into our schedule. So the one thing is for the doctor appointment, they probably don't even open until like 8 o'clock or whatever. So the question is, when can I actually put it in there? Maybe number 1 priority on my list, but it may not be able to be done first, right? So question then becomes, when can I do everything else? So in my thing, I was going to wake up at 6 a.m. But as I was going through my schedule, I realized that it was really packed with workout and my actual work and all the stuff that I needed to do for the day. So I decided to get up a little bit early, which may be where you can get stuff done. This is why this planner is so helpful. It makes you realize sometimes, you know what, I need to get up a little bit earlier to do something to make sure that I'm ready. So I'm going to stick my create meal plan and grocery list early. I'm going to put that at 5 a.m. so I get that all done before the house wakes up, before everything gets going. So then we're going to wake up, we're going to get ready for school. I'm going to take the kiddo to school at 7 because they need to be there at 7:30. And then here is where the magic happens. Don't forget phone number for doctor, because what I'm going to do is magic and grocery list. So what I realized is my workout class that I needed to do in the morning is from 8 to 9. And I was like, oh, well, I could call the doctor in the car after because the doctor doesn't open till 8. So I'll call at 9 when I'm right out of my workout class in the car. And then I could go to the grocery store right after. So what I'm going to do is, don't forget phone number for doctor. I'm going to put a note for myself and my grocery list so I could do this on right after that. So call doctor in the car, get that scheduled, and then go to the grocery store and shop and then get ready for work. So then I'm going to work. I still, though, need to I still need to now cook those meals. So I'm going to work. What I'm going to do is, I like to, instead of just writing work all the way down, I will just add a line like that. So we know that we're working till about 8 o'clock. And then when I get home, I'm going to cook for the week so that I am ready and meal prepped and good to go for the week. And that is that. So that is my schedule. And now let's go back to one. So we scheduled our tasks. Everything on there is checked off that we plan to do for that day, which is so cool. And now the goal is take action. A plan is only as good as its execution. Start checking things off. So important. So now we're just going to go through the day and do it. So let's go on through. So we create our meal plan. This is my favorite thing to do. Check it off. Yes, it feels so good. Wake up. I'm going to take the kiddo to school. Check it off. Then I'm going to go work out. What? Done. Now I'm going to call the doctor. So one thing that's really important to note, sometimes you may not be able to complete things. So I had a note here earlier that you may have noticed. Say we call the doctor and they're like, actually, you need to call back in a couple days or whatever. We need a referral. So now you're waiting on the referral. So what I'm going to do is add here, check in on a referral. So every day you can check to make sure the referral gets put through so that you can schedule this appointment. So sometimes you may not be able to actually get it done that day, but so this will move on to the next day's list because you need to now check on referral. It becomes like your notepad of what's going on. Next up, after class, I went to the grocery store as well. Boop. And then I went to work and then I cooked for the week and I am done. Yes. What a great day. Yeah. All right. So now we have taken action and done all of that. So now let's go to step 6, which is review and adapt. So this step is amazing because all you're going to be doing now is repeating steps, all of the steps that we just did, steps 1 through 5, every single month and every single day. So for monthly, you're going to be repeating steps 1 and 2, which is basically you're going to do the same thing, reassess your goals, make sure that your goals are still the same goals. Because like I said before, for a long time, it was be a better talent agent for myself, be a better talent agent, be a better talent agent, until one day I was like, you know what? I don't want to be a talent agent. I just want to run my business. So that you need to be honest with yourself and assess who you are today, so important, so that you are achieving the goals that you really want for your life today, because that may shift as you get older and experience new things in life. Then you're going to do your rundown to evaluate. That's where you will know if you're on track. And then lastly, you're going to daily reorder and refine your to-do list as priorities shift and all of that. And really important tip, flexibility is key. Adjust your lists as needed to stay on track. Nothing is permanent. Next, step 7, celebrate your wins. So this I showed a little bit about on our page, on our rundown, which was showing you guys that it's so important to celebrate your wins. So I put here, set some reasonable, smaller financial goals to help you feel like you have some success along the way. So I have a couple of things that I do. Like I have a specific goal for how much money I want to save. And once I reach that goal, I get to buy a new car. So excited. And I'm about a year and a half away and I can't get a new car until then. I'm trying to lose weight right now. So every 5 pounds that I lose, I get to go to a nice dinner. And I can't go to dinner anywhere until I've reached those 5-pound increments. So it's really important to try to set smaller goals along the way to help you achieve those larger goals, because it's really hard to achieve them because sometimes it feels so far away and then you just feel discouraged. So celebrating wins along the way is really, really important. Okay, so make sure, so in your rundown, put those goals. Again, that's like your journal entry. So put those goals in there so you have little things to achieve, where you're going, a roadmap of where you're trying to go, and little achievements along the way, and ways to achieve those little things along the way. So fun. Every time I reach 5 pounds, it's so exciting. We're like, yay, where are we going to dinner? Like I literally know where I'm going to dinner for the next 5 pounds, the next 5 pounds, the next 5 pounds. I already have like a roadmap. I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to go there in the next 10. So it's very exciting. And so now, so you're celebrating your wins. You're doing that as you as you achieve your goals. Progress deserves recognition. So true. Step 8, join the NPD planning community. This is really important. So I made the community very inexpensive to join on purpose because I believe that having a community around you while you're trying to pursue your goals and your dreams is so very important. We all have things that we want in our lives, and not having a community to encourage you to talk to as you're pursuing these, to express your wins, to express your failures is so important. So in this community, you can join and talk to other people who are trying to achieve goals and dreams just like you are. But also, I'm going to be putting out challenges so that you guys can do to also help keep you guys motivated and moving forward. So please join the community. It's part of the plan, and I think you'll love it. And then the last thing, step 9 is year end rundown and goal setting. So let's scroll on down to one of the final pages, year end rundown and goal setting. So here, this is just like, I'm not going to, go through how to do it because you've already done it. So this is where you're basically, I'm not really into New Year's resolutions necessarily. I just think it's important to assess how everything went and where you're trying to go for the next year. Because all year you've been setting resolutions, right? You've been setting your goals, you've been doing your rundowns, you've been assessing everything. So now you're just going to assess the whole year. You've been doing monthly check ins. Now you're going to do a yearly check in. Where did you start at the beginning of the year? And where are we trying to go next year to set? So just a journal entry for that. And again, I set 2 pages for that. And it'll be great. Like you're just going to be like celebrating your wins, maybe talking about the things that you fell short on, and ways that you can achieve next year. So very, very exciting. And that's it. I am so excited you guys are here. I know this is a little bit of a long video, but I hope it was helpful and useful. And I'm so excited. I will see you guys in the NPD method community. And I am excited for you guys to achieve your goals and your dreams by using this method, the NPD method planner. I know it'll work for you, and I'm just, like I said, it's worked for me. So I hope that it works for you as well. And we will talk soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of this. How exciting. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.